yeah, what I want to share is real healing happens when you stop trying. But you often have to meditate a lot to learn how to stop trying. Because that's the simplicity of meditation in the end, is it becomes about just surrendering to experience as it is, and then noticing when struggle arises, and then not struggling with struggle, right? And then again, you naturally come back into a healing state, right? So for an example, I've been meditating many hours the last few days, and it just becomes simpler and simpler. It's just letting go, really. Allowing the mind to unfold itself. This is what I try to point to with whatever I'm doing, whether it's in a guided meditation, whether I'm working with somebody one-on-one, whether I'm recording a video for YouTube. I'm pointing to the fact that you should be doing less. But you need to put yourself in a space where this can happen. It's not going to happen if you're 24/7 occupying your mind with content. If you're constantly reading stuff on the internet, if you're constantly scrolling on social media. This is why I come here to this space in nature and just kind of let it unwind. But don't let that be an excuse either, right? Don't come up with the thought saying, oh, but look, I can't afford to go and spend some time in nature. I couldn't either when I started doing this. I was very stuck. I had no money for myself. So start where you're at. There's always a way. There's always a way. You can look for an excuse always as well. There's always an excuse. So that's the choice you have, right? So healing is simple. It happens through allowing everything, allowing fear, allowing resistance, allowing the thing you're most afraid of to just come out. And again, I want to go back to the point that the mind untangles itself. You just have to sit and hold space. And your choice is whether you're going to grab on to struggle or whether you're going to release it. And again, it can take time to unwind. So this is why watching these videos is helpful. This is why I work with people one-on-one, because sometimes you need a reflection back to yourself that what you're going through is okay. You just need to allow it, right? Because we get bound up in our own mind. That's why guided meditations are helpful, because you have everything you need always. So I don't know what I'm saying is you don't need anything from me, but what I'm saying is it is helpful to, it also helps to hold, like it's somebody else helping you hold space. That's what I'm doing in a guided meditation. I'm opening you up. I'm pointing to your own capacity to hold space, but we're constantly learning 24/7 from everybody else in the kind of human matrix to struggle and chase and all of that. So it does help to kind of find people who you resonate with, videos that you resonate with, meditations that you resonate with, because then you kind of reconditioning by following something that you're not usually following, right? So it really helps to find who you resonate with and follow that. But the point is always simplicity. The point is always letting go. The point is always allowing. And a lot might come up, but that doesn't mean anything's gone wrong. Just open, let it show you what you need to do. Let life show you how to open. Life has taught me how to surrender, right? I've read books on surrender. I've listened to Adyashanti talk about surrender, and that was like the foundations. Like I was saying, somebody guiding me into another way of orienting to experience, like I'm trying to share here. But then, now that I had the tool of surrender in my toolbox, I had to learn through direct experience that surrender isn't an act of doing. It's surrendering to what comes up, right? And I can only really learn that through lots of intense stuff coming up. And that's why I can share that whatever is coming up is okay for you. Nothing's gone wrong. Just trust your deepest intuition. Trust what feels right for you. And changing your environment can be powerful. Again, don't come up with any excuses. I want you to find what's going to work for you in your situation. Don't try to apply my situation. Don't try to apply anybody else's situation. Focus on where you're at currently in your life and what steps can you take to heal and awaken and start to live in more freedom. And that is, maybe you change your environment, right? For me, it was a really last minute decision to come on this retreat. I had work, I had commitments, and I was using that as an excuse to not go on what I really wanted to do. And I was not feeling good. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I kind of apologized to the people that I needed to pull out of. And as soon as I arrived here, I was like, this was the best decision I've ever made, or one of the best decisions I've ever made. So the reason I share that is an example that changing your environment can be very powerful as well. Don't get stuck in safety. Don't use this as an excuse for why you're going to stay stuck, right? If life has put you in a place where it's very difficult to change your environment, then open to it. But there is usually something small that you can do, even if that's driving somewhere new, even if that's going, like, just apply it in the way that works for you, right? Don't fight this. Right? I so often share something, then I'll get comments like, but I can't do that because of this reason or that reason. But there's always a way, right? There's always, maybe it's like you go sit outside in your garden more, or you go sit on your balcony more instead of staring at your TV, something like that, right? Start small. That's what I started doing. Maybe you can do something bigger, right? Maybe you can just go and book some time away. Maybe you can't. You can take what I'm saying and apply it in your own situation. That's what's really key. That's why I'm sharing that. I'm not sharing that to be, hey, look at what I'm doing. It's so cool. It's an inspiration, right? It's an idea for what you could do in your life. So, yeah, changing environment can be helpful. And then just open and set aside time to stew in silence and simplicity. It's so powerful. The body, the nervous system naturally heals. The body knows how to heal. The mind just needs to slow down. The mind just needs to take a break. And you don't get the mind to take a break by fighting with it. That's to go back to where I started this. Let go. Let the mind unwind itself by just holding space. Surrender. Don't fight. And it's simpler than you'll ever imagine. And obstacles might come up along the way, and that's fine. But orient to simplicity. Lots of people that I've spoken to recently who've gone on their own healing journeys and now are helping others. That's exactly what we were agreeing upon, is the simplicity of surrendering. So, yeah, good luck. I hope this inspires you to find your own path. And again, don't be too hard on yourself. Just let go. Soften. And follow what feels joyful to you, even if that's starting really small. Okay, good luck.